San Antonio Water System Standard Specifications for Construction. Item No. 839. Anchorage/thrust blocking and joint restraint. 839.1 Description: this item shall consist of anchorage/thrust blocking and joint restraint. Installation in accordance with these specifications and as directed by the engineer or manufacturer's recommendations. 839.2 Reference standards. Reference standards cited in this specification item. Number 839 refer to the current reference standard published at the time of the latest revision date. 1. San Antonio Water System, SAWS. A. Specifications for water and sanitary sewer construction. B. SAWS Materials Specifications. 2. City of San Antonio, COSA, Standard Specifications for Construction. 839.3 Materials. The materials for anchorage/thrust blocking installation shall conform to the appropriate specifications contained within the latest revision of SAWS material specifications. 1. Pipe restraint devices shall conform to the latest revision of SAWS material specification item No. 95-10, specifications of pipe joint restraint systems, and item No. 113-02, ductile iron restraint joint fittings for use on ductile iron. 839.4 Construction. Suitable anchorage/thrust blocking or joint restraint shall be provided at all of the following main locations: dead ends, plugs, caps, T's, crosses, valves, and bends, in accordance with the standard drawings DD 839 drawing series. 1. All mechanical, joint, restraints shall be bidirectional. 2. Anchor blocks shall be constructed solidly behind the fitting and symmetrical with the axis of resultant thrust, except where this is not possible as in the case of gravity anchorage for vertical bends. 3. If the restraint limits do not fall on a joint, restraint shall be moved to next further joint. 4. Cutting of pipe to install joint restraints is not permitted. 5. Special ties and anchor fittings may be utilized in conjunction with blocking when shown in the contract documents or as directed by engineer or inspector. 6. All thrust blocking shall be a minimum of 3,000 psi concrete placed between solid ground and the fitting except as otherwise shown in the contract documents. 7. The area of bearing in contact with solid ground shall be that as shown in the contract documents or as directed by the engineer. 8. All thrust blocking placed in conjunction with mains and appurtenances shall be in accordance with standard drawings DD 839 series. 9. In all cases, the design of thrust blocking shall be of sufficient size to withstand an assumed soil lateral load bearing capacity of 3,000 psf, unless specified otherwise in the contract documents. 10. When specifically requested by the contractor and approved by the engineer, the maximum soil lateral load bearing capacity that will be allowed for the design of thrust blocking shall be 5,000 psf. 11. When soil lateral load bearing capacities of 4,000 psf or 5,000 psf are recorded for design of thrust blocks, copies of soil tests made for determining the lateral load bearing capacity of the subject soil shall be submitted to the engineer for approval. 12. The blocking shall be placed so that pipe and fitting joints will be accessible. 13. Pipe restraint devices shall be installed according to the lengths prescribed herein, recommended by pipe manufacturer, or as noted in the contract documents, whichever is more restrictive. 14. Pipe polywrap shall be placed between the pipe or fitting and the concrete. 15. The reaction block on the unused branch of a fitting shall be poured separately from the block across the back of the fitting. If they are poured simultaneously, a rigid partition shall be placed between the blocks. 16. Valves 12 inches or larger in size shall be supported on a concrete pad extending vertically from 12 inches below the bottom of the valve to the lower quarter point of the hub and laterally from face to face of hubs and transversely from wall to wall of the trench. 17. All joints for carrier pipe installed within casing shall be restrained. 839.5 Measurement, anchorage/thrust blocking or joint restraints are considered subsidiary to the work and no separate payment will be made to the contractor for this work. 839.6 Payment. Anchorage/thrust blocking or joint restraints are considered subsidiary to the work and no separate payment will be made to the contractor for this work.